Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to BSV TV. I'm your host Satoshi, and on this show we'll be defending the one and only, truly genuine Bitcoin. The Bitcoin that Satoshi Nakamoto designed in his white paper as a peer-to-peer electronic cash system for the world. Let's get the disclaimers out of the way. So all the statements that you hear on this show are opinion and must only ever be taken as opinion. They are never to be taken as any form of advice, family, financial, sexual or otherwise. And on that note, let's sit back, relax, have some fun and enjoy the show. Get paid for your content in Bitcoin and set your own fee on Streamanity.
Yeah, I'm not surprised I wasn't asked why I'm convinced Craig is Satoshi. I posted on Reddit. He signed in my presence using the private key from block number one, the very first mined Bitcoin block, on a computer that I'm convinced had not been tampered with, on software I'm convinced that had not been tampered with, a message of my choosing.
At InChain, we've just funded a number of universities doing, so far, a test up to 1 gigabyte because it validates what we've already done independently. We've tested up to 380 gigabyte blocks. We've tested 1 million transactions a second and transaction sizes up to 20 megabytes. Super complex scripts, basically ones that can run operating systems. That's basically all of global commerce times about 50. On top of that, we can have complex scripts. On top of that, we can scale each of those transactions 1,000 times, which effectively means about 1 billion transactions per second, which means we can then have all derivatives, all complex trades. That means high frequency trading. It means everything that happens globally.
Is the market that effectively BSV is going for, is that global e-commerce, which is currently valued at $29 trillion?
No, that's too small.
Buy and sell Bitcoin instantly at bsvgravity.com. And you can now book and pay for your winter holiday at skibsv.com. Alright people, it looks like we are live at 2 minutes past 5. Rock and roll, we are on. Let's do this. But it's going to be fascinating to keep an eye on that. Let's just have a look to see what the chart is doing. It's just going to be absolutely huge. Bitcoin is the missing link for so many of these businesses. And another one, actually, just quickly, kind of like related to Tesla, was I was watching a program earlier this morning on the missing airlines flight MH370, and again. Air traffic controllers look after their own data because it would just simply be too dangerous to have all of air traffic control's data on one centralized data source because somebody could literally bring down the entire airline. And with this missing a Malaysian Airlines flight, I mean, it does seem to be a bit strange that they haven't found it yet. I was just like, really? Like, airplanes don't go missing. And to be honest with you, one of the reasons it's really important that they find it is because it shows incompetence, that they can't track a plane. So it's, confidence evaporates in the airline industry. But what was really interesting about this program that I was watching was that it suggested a conspiracy. And initially, I was just like, look, I've researched a bit myself, and it seems to be pretty blatantly obvious that it was a rogue pilot, who flew the plane purposely into an area where it would just simply never be found, out in the Indian Ocean, either on a suicide pact or something like that. We've seen it before. However, they were interviewing a guy who specializes in gravitational waves. And he says that there are listeners in the ocean that that have been put there by the military to detect for what's the word? Not unregulated, but anyway, nuclear testing that has not been given approval. So that's what they're listening for. And I was like, okay, well, that explains why, why they were there. But they said, actually, these are really sensitive. So even though you get sort of like, breaking waves in an ocean, they said literally, if something lands in an ocean, you can hear these gravitational waves. And they listened. There was like a post in Australia, and they were just like, they were too faint. They couldn't really pick them up. Anyway, there's another island which does have these listening devices nearby, which is just further off the coast of India. And this guy purposely wrote to them wanting the recorded data around the time that this missing airline's flight MH370 went missing, right? And when he got the data through, there were 25 seconds missing from this data. And it just so happens that 25 seconds of missing data, of which there are never ever usually any missing seconds in this data, because they are on 24/7, at around the time MH370 was estimated to have gone down. Now I was just like, hold on a minute. When someone gives you data and there's 25 seconds missing on the day that you're specifically looking for, around the time that you've estimated it might have gone down into the ocean, when you consider where it's actually probably landed, how long it would have taken to get there, I was like, hold on a minute. Something stinks here. This is not right. And also, you've got to think about this. I mean, the Malaysian airliner was also shot down as it went over. I think it was like during the war of the Crimea, when Russian troops went and invaded it. That airspace was given a miss by all the airlines, apart from Malaysian Airlines, and so their one got shot down. Now I'm thinking, well, hold on a minute. How much bad luck can an airline company have, like the national flag carrier, when first of all one of their airliners gets shot down out of the air, and then literally like a few weeks later, another plane goes missing and nobody can find it. And then suddenly when they are trying to track it down, the one bit of data that could potentially locate where it is missing. I was furious. I was just like, I don't believe this. This is grounds for a genuine conspiracy. If you ask me, something stinks. And I was like, you know what? They could not redact or delete that data if it was on blockchain. They just simply wouldn't be able to do it, because everything would be on chain. And I was just like, you know what? In case there is a conspiracy going on, if there was a rogue nation at play who would promise the pilot something, or to look after their family, or had an issue with either Malaysia, or trying to blackmail Malaysian Airlines or something like that, this would now all be exposed. This is great news. I just looked at this earlier. So it says Twetch now introduces Twetch chat, encrypted messages using Bitcoin. So I did actually read the article here. That was published by Josh Petty, and just at the bottom it said, upon joining a chat, participants can then decrypt the AES cipher to be able to read and send AES encrypted messages to other participants in the chat. Twetch stores users' messages fully encrypted on our servers. If a user is removed from a chat, they will no longer be able to restore these messages from our servers. And if all participants leave a chat, all messages are then permanently deleted and will be unrecoverable. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Great news that. Oh, that's right. It reminded me of WeChat. So it said here, pay in chat. Paying your friends on Twitch chat is as simple as sending a text. Instant friend-to-friend payments using Bitcoin SV. Can be micro payments or large payments. I was like, this could be huge. This is like WeChat in China. Handles and paymails in the chat box. Let's do this. Right, everyone. Hope you enjoyed today's show. I've thoroughly enjoyed myself today. I can just feel it. I can feel it in my plums. It's coming, people. Like, it's coming. There's so many projects on the way. Getting really excited about this. So yeah, as ever, be aware, take care, stay safe out there. Joy giving. I'll see everybody soon. See you tomorrow. buybsv.live, the best place to buy Bitcoin SV online. Get paid for your content in Bitcoin and watch the full episode on Streamanity. www.streamanity.com/8084 and moneybutton.com.